Hi everyone, Erica here, and I'm going to break down some of the top signals and drivers of change for 2026. Okay, so in healthcare, we're seeing a few things. We're seeing things like virtual nursing, so where a lot of the nursing care is now happening digitally, which obviously would help tremendously, particularly in Canada, where we're seeing a lot of stress on our healthcare system. This will help free up a lot of beds and resources in the hospital where it sort of matters most. But on top of that, we're also seeing a wave of AI native drugs. So these are drugs that are getting designed in months rather than years, and they're finally hitting clinical trials. So as this sort of evolves, I imagine that treatment for so many different diseases and so many different chronic conditions are going to be addressed, and it's going to be really revolutionary for not just the industry, but for you as an individual as well. So of course, the macro driver here is agentic reality, meaning AI is no longer a chatbot that you talk to. It's actually an agent that does work for you. Okay, so for education, we're also seeing quite a bit of change here. Obviously, with the ever evolving job market and the increasing need to be able to sort of pivot and unlearn and relearn and stack those credentials on an ongoing basis, rather than sort of the traditional way where you go to school, you get your degree, and any sort of professional development is optional on top of that. This is going to change everything because people are going to have to be continuously learning new skills as they go along. So we're already seeing AI-powered personal tutors. So they're using domain-specific language models that act as 24/7 tutors, and they adapt to difficulty in real time based on a student's biometrics and performance. So they're literally adjusting their learning style to accommodate each individual student. We're also seeing growth in nano learning. So these are short, sort of high intensity certifications, so under 20 minutes a day, that allow workers to reskill for AI without even leaving their job. So if you're an employer, this is something that you probably want to look into and start introducing into your own workforce. How can you sort of integrate those sort of nano learning opportunities that will help you sort of retain your workers, while also giving them opportunities to upskill? That's going to be something that's really important moving forward. So lots on the horizon, lots to think about if you're a business leader or an innovator, an entrepreneur, or even just a worker. How are you sort of going to prepare yourself for these big shifts that are happening? I think the real question for 2026 isn't so much what's going to change. It's more about how fast can we adapt to the new infrastructure, or in some cases, how can you take advantage of the new infrastructure that is being built? I hope you have a great start to your year. And if you are interested in finding out more about futurism and foresight for you or your business, and putting together more of a long-term strategy, so we're talking 10, 15, 20 years into the future, reach out, the contacts below, and I hope you have a great start to your year.